Have you ever heard of a single moment just only that has the power to change someone's entire life? Tonight, I want to tell you a story that proves exactly that. A story about an undercover CEO, a forgotten security guard, and a flashlight that lit the path to a future no one expected. Stay with me until the end, because what happened next is something you'll never forget. It all began on a quiet night in a corporate office building. Most employees had long gone home, the corridors empty, the room silent, but the company's new Shaw, new to the role and determined to learn the truth about how his business really ran, decided to do something bold. He put on plain clothes, disguised himself, and slipped into the world of his own employees. No one knew who he was. To them, he was just another late-night worker, someone passing through. But his mission was simple: to see life from the ground floor, to understand the struggles his workers faced, away from boardrooms and polished presentations. That's when he noticed something unusual. Down in the basement lobby, sitting at a worn-out desk, was the security guard. His name was Ravi, middle-aged, shoulders slightly hunched from long shifts, his uniform a bit faded. At first glance, he looked like any other night watchman, tired, invisible, just blending into the background. But there was something different that caught the CEO's attention. While the world outside was asleep, Ravi wasn't just watching the cameras or making rounds. He had a thick, old textbook open in front of him, its pages yellowed from time, and with no lamp at his desk, he used the small beam of his flashlight to study, his eyes moving quickly over the words, his lips silently repeating sentences as though trying to memorize them. The CEO paused. He leaned against the wall, just watching for a moment, and he felt something stir inside him. He had never seen this before. A man, worn down by life, working the night shift just to survive, yet still fighting, still chasing something more. Curiosity pulled the CEO closer. He stepped forward and casually asked, "Long night?" Ravi looked up, startled, snapping the book shut like a child caught doing something wrong. He smiled nervously. "Yes, sir, always long nights." But the CEO noticed the title of the book before it disappeared beneath the desk. It was an engineering textbook. "Are you a broken bar studying?" the CEO asked carefully. Ravi hesitated, unsure if admitting it would get him in trouble. But finally, he nodded. "I'm trying. I never got the chance when I was younger. Had to quit school. My father died, and I had to start earning. But I want to become an engineer one day. Maybe it's foolish at my age, but I can't let go of the dream." The words hung heavy in the air. The CEO felt a lump in his throat. He had spent countless board meetings discussing profit margins, growth charts, and investments, but here, in front of him, was an employee chasing something priceless: hope. Over the next few nights, the CEO made it a habit to stop by Ravi's post. Sometimes he would bring him coffee. Sometimes he would just ask, "What chapter today?" Slowly, Ravi opened up. He told him about his family, at 2 kids in school, a wife who worked part-time cleaning houses, and bills that always seemed bigger than his paycheck. He admitted he often felt invisible, like no one noticed his efforts, like his dreams didn't matter anymore. But through it all, he kept studying, every night, page by page, by flashlight. And then came the turning point. One evening, the CEO walked into Ravi's little world with something in his hand, a crisp envelope. He handed it over, and Ravi opened it with trembling fingers. Inside was an official letter on company letterhead. It read, "The company is offering you a full scholarship to pursue your engineering degree, with flexible hours and financial support for your family." Ravi's eyes filled with tears before he could even finish reading. He looked up, confused, overwhelmed. "About a broken bar? Why me? Why would they do this?" That's when the CEO smiled softly, extended his hand, and revealed the truth. "Because I believe in you. I'm the CEO of this company, and from the moment I saw you studying by that flashlight, I knew you were someone special. You reminded me what hard work and determination really look like. You reminded me why this company exists, and not just to make profit, but to change lives." Ravi was speechless. His knees buckled, and he had to sit down, clutching the letter like it was the key to another universe. That night, under the same dim beam of his flashlight, he cried, not out of pain, but out of gratitude. out of the sudden realization that his life was about to change forever. And change it did. Months later, Ravi enrolled in university. His co-workers, who once walked past him without notice, now saw him differently. The security guard with the flashlight was no longer invisibly. He was an inspiration. His children looked at him with pride. His wife, who had always believed in him, finally saw that faith rewarded. Years down the line, Ravi did become an engineer, but more importantly, he became living proof of a truth we all need to hear. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how late it feels. If you refuse to let go of your dream, life will find a way to meet you halfway. And so, the next time you feel stuck, the next time you feel unseen, remember this story. Remember Ravi, the security guard who studied by flashlight until an undercover CEO saw the light in him and decided to fan and flame. Because sometimes, all it takes is one moment, one person who believes in you, to change your whole life. So let me ask you, if you had the chance to change someone's life with just one decision, would you take it?